So summer's officially over, and that sucks for me because I'm a beach bum, as you may know from a earlier routine of mine. But this summer, it was a pretty mild summer. I feel like I didn't get enough beach time, and the time that I did get at the beach was definitely not quality beach time. It was generally ruined by the people there. And this has been something that's been, I think, increasing year after year as society kind of goes to hell. Last year I had problems with people at the beach littering really badly and doing things like, just bringing a bottle of liquor, drinking the liquor, and then throwing the bottle of liquor behind them, changing their baby's diaper, and then like tossing the diaper. And so they're just like consuming all this stuff and throwing their garbage to the side or behind them. And I was walking around my area, which was nearby them, and I stepped on their baby's diaper. And it was so disgusting. I went to the lifeguard and got a garbage bag and started collecting people's garbage right in front of them while giving them the death eye. And I'm a bodybuilder, so when I did that, it didn't take any words from me for them to start throwing their garbage away voluntarily and thanking me. Oh, man. But then this year it was even worse. So one of the times I went to the beach, there was this family nearby whose umbrella blew over onto me, right? And then they didn't come to get it right away. So I had to literally pick it up. And it was one of those giant ones. I had to literally pick it up and bring it back to them. And then even then, they didn't just take it from me. So I had to like ask them where they wanted me to plant it in the ground. And then as if that wasn't enough, after that, every time one of the dudes would walk by, he would like kick sand on my blanket. He was walking too close to my blanket and kicking sand on it. And then, they had a little kid who walked by backwards and fell on me while I was trying to take a nap. And he was like all sandy. So he fell on me and got sand like all over me. And it's like the sand like scraped me. It was like the feeling of sandpaper when he fell on me. And he was just like, sorry, I know, watch where I going. And it was like funny because it was a little kid, but at the same time, I was getting really annoyed by these people. So I literally moved. And then the next people who I was near, I don't know if it was that time that I moved or the next time I was there, but I remember the next problem was me laying near these old grandmas who were like ghetto, and they were acting all ratchet, talking about sex and in really dirty, nasty ways you wouldn't want to hear from a grandma, if at all. And just acting so ghetto and ratchet. And when I looked over, these are old, ugly, fat grandmas wearing bathing suits that are like showing off their old wrinkly bellies and all their rolls and their nasty skin and their like prison tattoos. And it was just so gross. And that brings me to the main thing that destroyed my entire beach season was all of the fat, ugly girls. And this has been increasing year after year for the past like decade. I remember 15, 20 years ago when it was so different. The beach was a place a guy could go to see babes, and to take in the beautiful sights of women who were attractive wearing bikinis. And now, in recent years, I feel like the beach has become a place where I have to go to lay down and close my eyes to try not to be looking around, because almost every woman in society, at least our society, has become grotesquely obese, like so fucking fat and ugly that it's painful to look at. And they don't make any effort to try to hide it either. Instead, they flaunt it. Like, fat women used to be few and far between. I remember when I was growing up in school, there was like 1 or 2 fat girls in my entire class of, like hundreds of kids. But now I go to the beach and I can walk up and down the whole beach, which is like 2-3 miles long. And on any normal day that wasn't, like a holiday, I would see very few attractive women. And the beach would just be fully populated with all of these fatties who are wearing bikinis and flaunting their rolls and their morbid obesity. And it's even more shocking how, like, as a bodybuilder who is fit, I would have women who were of an opposite body type, maybe not the most morbidly obese ones, but women who were not attractive, did not look like they take care of their bodies at all, would be like, saddling up next to me and tossing me smiles and trying to flirt with me and stuff. I don't understand, like, why the need to flaunt your ugliness and try to flirt with guys who are so far out of your league. It ruined the fucking beach for me, and it's getting worse and worse every year. This year, funnily enough, I saw an actual beached land whale. Like, there was this woman who was so morbidly obese that when she went to the beach and took a walk in the sand, it was too much for her. And she literally collapsed and had to have paramedics come. And it was just after a little walk in the sand on a day that wasn't, too hot either. And it was just so ironic to see, this woman who was as big as what we call a land whale getting beached at the beach after such a small walk. So that's my debriefing on how the summer was for me as a beach bum. And if you have any similar stories, feel free to leave them below.